Well folks, here we are with another tasting and this is a Violette de Bordeaux main crop. Um, Ideally I'd like to let this hang a bit longer, but I don't think it's going to ripen up anymore. This began to ripen about a week and a half ago, and actually you can see a bit of the green under there where it's not getting turning fully purple. But yeah, so this started ripening about a week and a half ago, and since then the temperatures have been pretty cold. Daytime temps are okay actually when the sun is out, but nighttime it's getting below 10 degrees, and some nights are getting down to 5-6 degrees. So the colder it gets, the longer it's going to take for this to ripen. So I'm not expecting a super ripe fig, but sure, we'll give it a go anyway. I'll try and get this open with one hand. I need to work my technique. Okay, so there's how she looks, which looks reasonably ripe. Got that nice syrupy, jammy look about it. I suspect that the skin on this side is probably going to be a bit rough, so let's have a taste anyway. Yeah, so you can taste that the skin is kind of leathery and chewy, but the taste is fantastic. This is a very good fig, really good. That's very nice. So that's pretty good considering that it's not actually fully ripe. You have a few more there as well, and I suspect they're going to take a while longer if the cold weather continues. But that's a Violette de Bordeaux. It's kind of hard to see the full tree here because it's in amongst this bed here, which has got lots of other flowers and things growing in it. It's a bit disappointing, however, given the fact that it takes so long for it to ripen. I think these main crop began to grow in the end of May, which should have given it a reasonable amount of time to ripen up, but obviously not. So this is a mid-season variety as far as I know, and I'm beginning to think that mid-season ripeners or varieties just are not going to ripen up in time here in Ireland. I think we can only get away with the earliest of the earliest, and that's with having a greenhouse. And so to give you an example, I have my Ronde de Bordeaux, which is one of the earliest to ripen out there, and it is ripening up. It's a main crop. However, this got knocked back by the hard frost, and I have absolutely loads of figs on it, and some are ripening and some are not. We have a lot that are not going to ripen, unfortunately. Which is really disappointing. Now I know this got knocked back by a couple of weeks, but still it would be nice to have all these ripen up. So ideally what I need to do is protect this in early spring and possibly even give it a head start just to get every one of these figs ripened. But going back to the Violette de Bordeaux, the other good thing about Violette de Bordeaux is that it does produce a reasonable Brava crop, and apparently the Bravas are supposed to be just as good as the main crop. So this is definitely a keeper for now, at least. And I look forward to trying some of the Bravas off this next year. So hopefully we'll get some Bravas next year. And just by way of comparison, there's a few down here that I'm actually going to get rid of. So these are some here that are like I didn't really know much about this giant brown turkey. I got Bravas off this last year, and they ripened around the end of July, and they weren't that nice. So this year I pulled off the Bravas and kept the main crop in, or let it form main crop. And these formed pretty early in May, but they're just not ripening. It's getting too cool now, and you can see some of these here are still green, and you know we're just not getting the weather for them to ripen up. And I actually have quite a few trees now that I know are they're just not going to produce within our growing window. Ideally you want to be aiming to get your main crop to ripen end of August into September. Anything later than September is hit and miss, really. It's not to say that you can't, but as the days get shorter and as the nights get cooler, it's just going to take longer and longer for them to ripen. So for example, you can see this starting to ripen up here. This is probably going to take a lot longer to ripen than this one, which is already gone. And Ronde de Bordeaux is pretty fast at ripening its main crop, so that'll probably take, usually it takes about a week or less than a week. This is probably going to take more than a week for that to ripen, if it does ripen up. But anyway, that's Violet de Bordeaux, one to watch. Hopefully I'll have more figs to try next year. Take it easy, guys.